hopefully all the technology is working well today, but really keen to get into Windsurf and how to actually use it. So many of you probably know that Windsurf was recently bought by OpenAI, and I'm honestly not surprised. Not surprised at all. Reason being is I've been using Windsurf for well over, I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 months at this point. And it's an incredible tool. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, it's just an IDE, but it has this AI component to it that abstracts away a lot of the hard stuff about development. It's very similar to Cursor. It's very similar to this new wave of tools, but I've always thought it's had the best AI. Like what they've done to their AI component within it seems superior to me. And I've used all of the tools. And I think that the reason I think OpenAI probably bought it for a few reasons, but I think that they're rapidly on the up. And so Cursor is supposedly valued at like 9 billion. These guys are valued at 3 billion. So there's no reason why they couldn't be as big as Cursor pretty quickly. But the other just like massive theme that is coming through at the moment for me, and I've been also sort of saying this for a while, is that there's going to be 10 times the amount of developers. I mean, it's already happening. It's already happening. Like the bar has been reduced that much to develop simple or even advanced applications. Like so many more people are going to be able to develop applications and software and apps. And Windsurf is just going to be a key player in that, obviously. I think they were on already and they were going to be, but now with being owned by OpenAI, that just takes it to another level. Absolutely. Like so much faster. It's going to happen so much faster. I mean, you could see Windsurf being bundled in with maybe other products that OpenAI have. Maybe they want to use it as sort of an extension of or way that they can get into a lot of enterprise customers. So yeah, there's just so many opportunities ahead for this particular product. Okay, so let's jump into it. I've got a few things set up here. Okay, so can I share one? Okay, cool. So let me go here. So this is what Windsurf looks like, right? So obviously we've got the it's not a web based, it's desktop based, and that's one of the big differences. Okay, is that you use it on your desktop. You're editing files on your desktop. And I've built this application here that we're looking at right now. I built it almost, I would say, exclusively in Windsurf, and this is a very, very comprehensive application. A very comprehensive application. It's a tool that I'm sort of working on the side, outside of Enterprise DNA, and I don't know. Just put this up here, and it's helps with the idea is that it helps you with your marketing, so digital marketing. So help come up with ideas, help come up with posts, help come up with imagery. The idea is to just support that, right? So I see a future. I mean, we're already on that way. Is that everyone's going to be able to develop more products? They're going to be able to develop more software. They're going to have more marketing needs. And so you need a way to actually stay competitive, to actually stay competitive with others who are doing similar sort of things. Like you need AI to help be more productive and be more agile out there from a marketing perspective. I'll just show you what it kind of looks like first, and then we can go into how it's actually built. So I'll just click over to here. Okay, so here's Windsurf, right? Here's Windsurf. You can actually download and use their IDE for free, by the way. But they have like a enterprise plans, and they have other plans as well. But what I'm building here, and I built this exclusively within Windsurf. This is a fully functioning website application, right? It has everything, front end, back end. It works perfectly right now. It's not good enough to release or anything. I think there's a lot of enhancements I've still got to make it take it to that sort of next level, to make it sort of better than just using ChatGPT, for example. But that's kind of what we're doing. We're building our own internal tools to help with our own internal marketing. That's what I think is opening up for everyone, actually. Okay, so what you can do, so content gen like this, it's so just a front end. I think I used Sonnet 3.7 mainly for that, because it's really good at sort of creative and creative websites and landing pages. Okay, so what you can do here is you've got main content types, building out this prompt library area, and then management. And so as an example, what you can do is you can come here and you can try and start creating a post, and then there's a lot of AI linked into it. So you can create a post on, say, any topic that you want. So I'll create one and I'll sort of show you. So this is sort of like my current workflow. I'm trying to create. Actually, let's create a post on OpenAI buying Windsurf. Why did they buy it? They bought it because they wanted better distribution into the developer market, particularly with enterprise. It makes it's a fast-growing product, but it also gives them a lot of expansion opportunities to larger corporate customers. Okay, so I just voice type something like that. Okay, and then what happens is you can select, okay, let's select a prompt. I'll say, okay, let's just put a Twitter post here. I can select whatever model that I want to use. So I'll just use 4.0. Okay, and then I can go generate like this. Okay, so yeah, it's really just formatting, spell checking at the moment, that kind of thing. But then what you can do is you can adjust the post, you can edit the post, you can generate alternatives to the post. So say we want 4 different alternatives, you can click on that and it will generate 4 different alternatives. And so Windsurf helped me build this entire thing with AI infused throughout it without having to write a single line of code. Like that is the core of what Windsurf is enabling for developers out there, right? Like I understand application architecture better than I ever have right now. So I'm slowly getting an advantage, but I didn't write a single line of code here, not a single line. But that's where things are moving to. It's moving to more high level architecture. That's where things are going. Like that's where you've got to be. You've just got to be the high level architect and let the AIs, like within Windsurf, this AI that they call a cascade, do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. There's a lot of learnings there. Like you got to learn. I've learned like which models to use where, and now I'm very, very specific on prompts that I'm using. So all of those things are still really, really important. Okay, so let's go and make a few. Let's actually just dive into Windsurf and we'll have a look around. I'll show you a few things. Okay, so this is exactly like Visual Studio Code. So if you have an understanding of that, I mean, you're already ahead. But just like with any app development, whether it's this one or historically Visual Studio Code, or there's a few other IDEs, you're basically just working on files. You're just working through and upgrading files. And hopefully that audio is maybe a little bit better. And what the AI is doing is it's manipulating those files for you, right? So let's go through an example. Okay, so what I wrote myself a few notes yesterday that I need to work on. Yeah. Okay. So one of the things that I want to do on content gen is I want to rearrange some of the buttons. So if I can. It seems like I have to still change over, which is kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying having to change over all the time. What I want to do, okay, here's something simple. Like what I want to do is I want to move these generate alternatives and adjust. I actually kind of want to move those down here. I don't actually want them up here. So, okay, so what I can do, and I'll show you how this sort of works. So you see here that I'm also on a local host. So what's happening is this is rendering directly over all these files. So when I go and make an update, this is going to update based on my updates that I put through. Okay. Okay. So I can add this here. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to go to 4.1 here. Okay, I'm going to use voice again here to create this, which is what I always do. Customize size. Let's just make this a little bit bigger. Okay. Looking at the image, I'm on the social media page here. I want to look at the interior component that has the buttons of generate, alternative, adjust, post, and edit. And I want to move those down to the bottom area in line with the other buttons that we have, like copy to clipboard, etc. Can we please make those adjustments? Okay, so hold on, I've got to switch back. God, that's annoying. Okay, so I just voice typed that with the image, okay, right here. To summarize your request on the social media page, you want generate. Yep. Okay, so it's like figures out what you want. It then goes and searches the code base. Okay, and so what it's going to be looking for, it's going to be looking for components for that social media post. Okay, so social is probably coming here, social media, and then create post ideas modal. It's probably looking there, would be my guess. That's where it's going to end up. It might count. It's you can also click through. Oh, okay, so some of these are actually not actually in folders; they're actually out here. Okay, yeah. So it's the agentic qualities of it. Like it's not just it's going and looking at one thing and then it's going and looking at another thing. It's really spectacular what it does. Post header. Post display. You see here that there's okay. So there's I should reorganize these a lot better, honestly. Like now that I'm sort of like looking at it with better eyes. So you see here post header. See here that it's found those particular items, and now it's going to try and move them lower. Sorry. Hopefully you can hear me now. But yes, it did go through. It did go through. Yeah. So it has already happened. I think it was announced like a couple of days ago. So it was just a rumor for a while, and now it's real. Yeah. Okay. So sometimes this isn't like the most exciting viewing, and that's why I probably just like got to talk because it does a lot of work automatically. You'll see here that I'm using GPT 4.1 as well. I like to, I just cannot use the Claude models anymore. They just drive me nuts. Honestly, they just drive me nuts. So you can actually click and see exactly what's going on. You can see exactly what it's doing. Like I sometimes get these lint errors, which sort of drive me mad at the moment, and I'm trying to sort of work my way through those. But yeah, I see something's not quite. I'm just going to go accept all here. But you see here, there's all these errors. I think. See, I think it changed them here. and put them into post header, we can always come back. What you can do is drag and fuzz this, and you go, please make sure to clean up any lint errors and delete various changes you make if you put them somewhere else. God, my voice transcription is not working too well. This is my own personal voice transcription, by the way, because this is a like on device thing. But look, these AIs are not perfect. They're absolutely not perfect. I mean, it takes work. It takes hard work to still build something of real quality. Like there's nothing that I'm seeing that says that AI is about to do this imminently. I mean, it might do, but again, like OpenAI buying Windsurf just suggests that there's no such thing as AI just going to build stuff for you. Like it can take you so far, but if you want to build something awesome, like it just takes work. See, this is just not being fixed. This is just freaking hopeless. So okay, I think that's fixed it actually. Okay, so let's come back to our so look, it's never that easy, and I need to, even personally, I need to get better at like debugging this quicker. Like this is just these sort of areas just waste my time also. So so something's not working, and then I go to the console, which you push F12, and then you just like paste it back into Windsurf, and you say, please fix. You need to solve these before they happen. My feeling is that still it's a context game. Like it's a context issue, because what happens is this is quite a large application now, and generate post. So I think they've disappeared. Shit. The larger the application, the harder it is. God. And so this is where you need to, and this is where I'm spending a lot of my time, is I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to understand everything about my applications now. Absolutely everything. I'm trying to understand every piece of code, and I'm still not 100% there. But if you want to build amazing stuff, like there's no quick way to do that. There still is not, but it's more achievable than ever, no doubt about it. Okay, now the buttons have completely disappeared. Can you please bring back the generate ideas, adjust, post, and edit buttons where I wanted them to be in that particular component? Okay, so this is why it's so cool. Also, is that I am basically talking to the AI to get stuff done. I'm talking to the AI. I'm using a voice transcription service, but then I'm talking into a chat area, and then the AI is just doing what I'm asking. Hold on, I have to go switch back. And that is huge, right? Like I mean, there's probably 100,000 lines of code here, honestly. Nah, maybe 50,000 lines of code. I don't know. But that's huge. Absolutely huge. Honestly, the thing that has been improving my skills more than anything is this application that we built called No Code. It honestly has just been such a game changer for me, and I'll show you why. I'll show you why right now. Okay, so I made the change. I need to be able to switch between different screens, don't I? A lot easier. Okay, so it's kind of done it. It just needs to put it on the same row, right? So what I want to do is just ask it and say, just draw what I want. Okay, then come back to Windsurf and say, you're very close, but can you please look at the image? I want them all on the same row, all of the buttons on the same row. Okay, and then so now it's going to work away. It's going to work away at fixing that. So what it should do is it's probably just like something here, right, that we need to adjust. So post content. Yep. So true. So true. You know, I just believe that I've had this thought in my mind for a while, like the full stack AI professional. It has been this theme that I've been on about for about 6 months as soon as I started using these tools. And it's just coming to reality. It's just gonna happen because this app, there's just so much more you can do with apps. It's almost unlimited when you layer all of these new AI modalities like AI and voice and text and image and video. I mean, the amount of new products and software that can be built is unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. There's almost no end in sight from what I can tell. And so that's why I think this is the place you want to be. This is where you want to be focusing your time. I mean, OpenAI is showing that, right? They're totally showing that. Okay, so if I just come back here and I share here, so you see now that I've now moved those buttons down to here. I didn't actually want to move them closer here. I wanted them to be sort of on the edge, but I'll fix that later. I just wanted to sort of show you what was possible. There's a few other things that I need to add to here as well. So one of the things, like for example, okay, so let's just go to no code. So no code is just a way to learn about your code while you're building, right? So this here is the branch. Oh, what I'll do. Let me just switch back to Windsurf. I'll show you one more thing, which is awesome, like amazing help. Okay, so a lot of novice developers don't you don't realize how important GitHub is, and so I did pretty early on. But GitHub traditionally so complicated, like understanding how to push, how to clone repos, how to push changes, how to do pull requests, like all this stuff. Just it is a bit of a it's like a lot of complexity when you're just actually trying to learn how to code. But what Windsurf does is it makes it insanely easy. So all you have to do is you just go like this. I actually have I think it's in Windsurf rules. Where is that? I think I have it here somewhere. What I can do, I can actually just grab I can just grab it from here actually. Please push to the upgrades branch of this GitHub repo. Please push all changes. Okay, so it will just do a lot of that Git stuff for you, right? So it will go and yep. Okay, so all of the stuff like notes, it will write the notes. It will go and do the push. It will go and confirm that it's done the push. It just makes the version management and like actual proper developing so much easier. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, you're just literally pushing buttons and talking. It's this stuff used to be notoriously complicated, and they made it so much easier. See, I'm I'm a bit concerned. I think it's actually created a brand new branch because I didn't actually say upgrades, but let's just see. Okay, let's just see. But we can fix it if we need to. So I'll show you here. So I'll come to this GitHub branch here, and so you'll see here. Yeah, I created a stupid other branch. Okay, that's annoying. Okay, so what we can do here, I'll show you a bit of GitHub. Okay, so if I go to upgrade here, you'll see that this actually happened like 54 seconds ago. Okay, so let's do what I initially actually wanted to. So I want to move this to upgrade, able to merge to upgrades. Is that upgrade? Okay, no, it didn't do it correctly for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete this branch. Settings, branches. Okay, I'm going to ask it here. Actually, I wanted it to go to the upgrades branch, not a new one called upgrade. Can you please make the full switch? Okay, so let's just be more specific. So my voice transcription doesn't seem to be working as smooth at the moment. Okay, so now it's been pushed to upgrades. Okay, so let's just double check that. Okay, so it has been pushed 2 minutes ago, 13 seconds ago. Okay, compare and request. Okay, so I'm going to merge all of those changes now to the main branch, and then that will render on my website, which is deployed by Netlify. Okay, so it's just checking. Okay, I won't bore you with the details there. But obviously, there's a few things that I've got to work on to make sure this is just a lot smoother. But these are all just development things. Like, development is not always, I would say 90% of the time is not actually that exciting. You're just like, the AI is writing it for you and you're just doing a lot of debugging, and you just got to really know how to do that well. So it's a different world. It is a totally different world, but an exciting one. Like it truly is. Truly is exciting. Let's just, why don't we just keep making some changes, and then I'll figure all that other stuff out later. What were some of the other things I needed to do? So the idea is that you could come in here, you could say, I don't like this post at all. Can you please actually make it more meaningful and more personalized. Let's just see. You can quickly go and adjust, and then just see what it comes back with. It's like a content playground. Like that's kind of what the idea is. And then what we're going to do is my plan is, particularly as we scale out and we have a lot of new products under Enterprise DNA and maybe some other products that we're working on through a new sort of development area that we've started up. You want to be able to segment the messaging for one brand versus another brand, and you want to be able to help generate posts based on what you've done historically. And so there's a lot of really, really cool stuff that you can build in yourself now with the help of AI tools. Like it's almost like unlimited in my view, unlimited the potential. Like I can see a world where you just layer AI into almost everything, like absolutely everything, and then once you do that, you just layer more AI into it. Like, for example, here, this is still, typing and things like that. But what if I could just manually voice do all of this stuff, right? Like I could maybe have like a voice area where I control the entire application with voice, and I don't actually have to type anything anywhere. Like I can say, okay, click, I click generate alternatives, and generate 5 different alternatives. Like maybe I could just talk that instead of having to click it. So it's just, that's sort of the direction I see it going in every sector of the economy, and in all sorts of software. I think it's just going to be such a huge change, but it's such a huge opportunity as well. Like the opportunities are massive, absolutely massive, to transform so many things, both individually and as a business, actually. What were some of the other changes I wanted to make? Hold on. Let me have a look. Yeah, okay. So let's go back to Windsurf. Let's go back to Windsurf and I'll show you something. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay. So what you can do here as well is you can go into chat mode, which I quite like. Okay, so I can start talking to it in chat mode, and it's not actually going to make any changes to my code. It's actually going to help me work through what I might want to do within my application. So I want to create the ability to have like a default setting for a brand. So when you're working within all of the different content types, all of the prompts have an overarching brand context placed in them, so that it is always working towards a lot of the brand material that is captured within the database for a particular brand. So we need to think through how we would implement this, mainly in the back end. Okay, so instead of actually making changes here, it's actually gonna help me work through how we would do it. Okay, and so this is like having an assistant, a development assistant working with you. So great idea. Here's a concise architectural plan for implementing the default brand context. Store brand context. Okay. Brand backends, content injection, fetch brand contents. Yep. Okay. So what we're going to have to do is, so if we'll have brand context, and then where a lot of this content is being generated is in what is called edge functions. So I'm using a backend called Supabase, which was derived from my work originally in Lovable, and I've got a lot of databases in Supabase at the moment just for our prototypes that we're building. And so what we're going to need to do is, within all of these prompts, like for example, generate social posts, like here, right? We're going to have to feed in. We're going to have to feed in, if we want to put some overarching brand, like every time we go and run a AI call here, we need to also at the same time feed in the brand context. And so it seems very doable. It seems very doable. So say for instance you're an agency and you might have 10 different brands. So and okay, let's just say enterprise DNA, we might have 10 different social media sort of accounts that we have, like for different products that we're going to build, right? And so we might want to, if we're generating for one, we might want to just by default select that one, and then everything post that point has that sort of context in all of the generations that we're doing, like the tone, the audience, the style, the communication style, the imagery style, like all of these different things that we might have in our management area is automatically feeding into every single piece of content that we're creating. And so that is that would be like a really solid addition, right? Because doing all of that, that's how you need to think about your applications when you're building these, right? Like particularly if you're building for external. If you're just building internal, it probably doesn't matter. Like, you don't need to think, how am I going to outcompete ChatGPT? Maybe you do, but if you're building something external, you've got to think, okay, how can we make this a better experience than ChatGPT? ChatGPT is like the bar now. If someone can go to ChatGPT and kind of do the same sort of thing, they're not going to use your product. They're not going to pay you any money. And so that is a good thing to have in the back of your mind when you're building out things here, right? Like you need to think more than that. And so this is one way we can do that. We can, if we were to ever, currently this is just for internal, but maybe if we ever do external, we've got to think, okay, well, someone might have a whole lot of brands that they're working with, or they might have multiple companies and multiple brands under those companies. Well, they can easily switch between one here and one here and get quality output, get quality content that they can work with, right? So, yep. So that's a good one. I like that one. One of the other things I was thinking about. Yeah, I don't know if we want to put. I'm just looking here. Prompt library. Yeah, that's what we need to do. We're building out a prompt library. So let's have a look. Prompt library. Prompt library. I think it's very, very simple right now. What I'm going to do, let's actually go back to write mode and go, okay, now I want to look into the prompt library. Can we please expand the functionality here? Basically, what we need to do is we need a way to generate a lot of prompts that we place into a library that our users can then select and push into their own library. So, so kind of like how they would enter their own prompts, we need the same sort of functionality to fill through to the database that happens when a user creates their own prompt. But in this case, they might select from a prompt library that we have already created. That's the idea behind the prompt library. Personally, I find that my work with AI has absolutely transformed when I do voice, because it then just becomes like a conversation. The AI, particularly in the coding tools and the development tools, truly becomes like a coworker, because you're talking to it. You're talking to it. I mean, sometimes they can be an absolutely stupid coworker, but I'm sure we've all come across some of them before. Okay, so here's a clear plan. Database schema, library, use prompts table, backend logic, API endpoints. Yeah, I'm not sure that I want to do that. That's not what I want to do. Front-end prompt library page. Yeah. Let's just focus on the prompt library page right now. Can you please just build out a page very similar to our prompts page in style, etc., but is more for the setup of our library? one of the other tips that I have that I try to live by as much as I can is that I'm always trying to make progress. Always trying to make progress, because these tools can frustrate the hell out of you. These models can frustrate the hell out of you. Sometimes they don't listen. Sometimes they go off and do stuff you don't ask. And I mean, it can seriously wind you up. It certainly does for me. And so if I am absolutely stuck on something and it's just not improving, I very regularly just move on and work on something else and then come back to it. That's where GitHub version control is really, really key. But that's how you got to do it. You just got to keep making progress, keep moving forward with your development. Yeah, it just gets so frustrating if you don't do that. See this, like I can already tell this is kind of going up off. So I'm going to stop it. I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to say, and this is where being like knowing what you're doing is so crucial. It's so crucial because I just saw it going off and creating a brand new page, and I'm like, we've already got a page. Don't create another page. We already have a page for the prompt library. Just build this out. Don't create anything new. Just currently build out this page. Keep it modular though. Keep it really modular initially. Okay, so don't build a really long file. Just build very modular components that go into the prompt library page. Whenever you're building front end, I am always finding that just keep asking for it to be modular as quickly as possible, because you eventually have to go modular, right? And so when you do that, sometimes the AI can get things can they try to make it look exactly the same as what you had before, but most of the time it's not. And so what I just am always trying to remember to ask or tell the AI is like, create it modular from step one. So when I say modular, you have your page, but then you have all of these components that fit into your page. And that's how most of my apps are currently developed now. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just really just talking to me at the moment. It's not actually doing it. So replace the current prompt. Please create all of the page and components for me, please. Yeah, my transcription sucks today. Create all the files and all the components and page for me. I think my transcription is poor, maybe because my stream is hogging the microphone, maybe, and maybe it's going through a different audio thing. Because usually it is. I mean, the transcription was just terrible. Like usually it's far better. I don't know if anyone's asking me any questions on next, but I can't actually see them. Or maybe I can actually. No, I can see them if you ask me any question. Yeah, it's just sometimes it just doesn't work as smooth as I'd like, but it's hard to always get the AIs working. This is usually when I start yelling at the AI. What is taking so long? Where I'd like to get to, and maybe this will improve, right? Maybe this will improve. So I just really want to be able to make changes directly in here. Like go and get code snippets and be more precise. Like this is where I think I've got to get to as a developer, is that obviously I've started off as sort of more like a vibe coder, not really knowing what AI is doing. Now I'm getting to a place where I really know what the AI is doing most of the time. I can pick up its mistakes quite quickly. But the next layer is, okay, I just want to get little code snippets and send them in, and then just like be confident that it will work, that it will render, the website will render, that my automations will just happen. So that's what I'm sprinting. I'm absolutely sprinting to get to that place, because I just know that my productivity will go to that next level, right? Even if these models get better, I just am not seeing a world where they do huge amounts more than what they're doing now for me. I just don't see it. Yeah. Okay. So freaking hell, something's terribly wrong here. Okay. So let's switch models. Like this is where. Wow. They didn't get rid of they didn't get rid of Gemini, did they? Couldn't have. Yeah, I don't know. What's going on. Hold on, I'm going to start a new. Okay. So I'm going to try a different model. I'm going to go to Gemini here. Okay, we need to build out the prompt library page. Where is it? Prompt library page. Can you please look at this page and build it out with more components? Build it in a modular way so that it becomes like a library of prompts, which looks kind of similar to the prompt page or the prompts page. Okay, everyone's talking up Gemini 2.5, so let's just see. It's funny how OpenAI just bought Windsurf, and I can't even get their 4.1 model to actually work. Funny. Okay, thanks for providing the cultural prompt library. To make it more modular and build it out, I'll focus on understanding existing components, data handling, interaction, modular styling. Yep, okay. Okay, so, I mean, everyone is saying that this is the best model, so let's see. Okay, I've reviewed prompt card components. Okay, yep. So, pretty good so far. Components also functionally sound. I'll update its styling to match the style guide. Okay, so we're starting to build out. On the core, who actually are developers? That's who would consider themselves a developer, or someone who can develop, or mainly just vibe coders. So if I just switch back to here, I'll show you what it's building out. So this prompt library looks nothing like prompts. So I don't know. See, it's just weird. So weird. It's. I'm telling you, like as soon as your applications get big and complex, like the context, it just cannot keep up, right? So that's where, just learning how to, you truly learn how to code and learn how to build apps. Like this is the advantage. This is the biggest advantage ever right now. because this is going to take even me right now. It's going to take me long. But if you're just totally vibe coding, you have no idea what's going on. You won't be able to get past this point. Like it'll just take so much longer, probably 4 times as long, 5 times as long. So if you really want to move fast, if you really want to build really meaningful stuff with tools like Windsurf, well then, the reality is you've got to learn how to code. You truly do. So I'll show you how I'm kind of doing it, right? Okay, so how I'm sprinting like at 1,000,000 miles an hour here at the moment is this. I'll show you. So go to no code. Okay, so this is the application here, right? Okay, so if I wanted to go and understand prompt library a little bit more, okay, I'll just refresh here, see if I can get. So I go SRC. So this is basically like a learning tool. It's like a learning tool. So prompt library here, right? This is the prompt library code. But if I want to understand, okay, what are the components that have already been built? Well, these are the components here: search bar, category tabs, prompt card. Okay, if I want to have a look at prompts like this, I can see, okay, this is the prompts page, and these are all the things that have come from the prompts list. These probably also have components as well linked to them. And you can select those as well. So if you come to components like this, you can go prompt library like that. And so prompt list, prompt row, prompt filter, prompt section, prompt edit form. Okay, I think these would be better in actually a folder. I think maybe these were some of the early ones that I did. Okay, and so I can see now how this is kind of all made up, right? Like, so prompts is the master page, here. Like this is prompts, but then within prompts, there's all of these individual components. And in this case, there is a component, so prompt list, which has a lot of components, which has a prompt row, which then has components in it like this, and then it has components in it like this. And so knowing all that when you're a non-developer was so hard for me. Like it was just so complicated. But now visually, I can come in here and I just intuitively like understand what all these things are now. Like intuitively understand it. Okay. Sorry, I was just clicking back on Windsurf there, but it's made all of the numerous files easier for me to understand. I can visually see how they all plug into each other, how they all interact. And that's just been the hugest, I cannot tell you, the hugest unlock for me in terms of like really upping my skill level, really understanding a lot more about what's going on, particularly what the AI is doing. Yeah, so what we need to do is we obviously need to, I'm going to come in here. So what all I need to do is I can select all these and I can actually talk to these files. And I find this actually a quicker way to get to what I want to go, where I want to go. So currently we have some styling for the prompts page, which I like, and the prompt library looks a lot different. Can you please tell me how we can make the prompt library page and components look more like or be in line with the styling that we have in the prompts area? I'll just actually go to Flash 2.5 here. Okay, let's update the prompt library page and its components to align with the styling of the prompts page. Here are the changes. Play. Okay, just a second. And then I want to say, okay, does this change all of the coloring and the styling and the position of headers and subtitles, etc., like how I want? You know what I got to do is I've actually got to go detailed here as well. So this is just a quick way to get a lot of context. So to get a lot of this context in Windsurf takes a bit of time. If you want to get it across the ChatGPT, it takes a bit of time, right? So this didn't work. Some of these models are. Okay, I need detailed guidance on how to change the prompt library area to look and style exactly like what we have in the prompts area. So currently they look very different. and we need to style them exactly the same. The prompts is the template. Okay, so I've got a Gemini Pro, which is supposedly the best model out there. So hopefully it'll give us a lot of detail. And then what I'm doing, right? Like what I'm doing here is I'm visually understanding it, and then I'm using the AI here to talk to the Windsurf AI in a lot of cases, right? So I'm hoping that I can actually get a good answer here. Ah, for God's sake, what is going on? Yeah, so there's just issues with the AI at the moment. Okay, let's go to 3.7. Please tell me how I can make the prompt library page and area styled exactly like we have in prompts. Currently, they're very different. Oh my God. Okay. Maybe it's something wrong with us. I don't know. I'll have to send it to my developers. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So another way we can do it, actually, I'll show you. Okay, so say for instance, we want to just get like a lot of clear up. So what you can do in OK is you can make all these selections. You can copy like this, and then you can go to ChatGPT like this. Okay, you can go to, say, I don't know, O3, right? And you can paste it in like that, just really quickly. Can you please give me detailed guidance around how I would transfer the styling for prompts, the prompts page, over to the prompt library page, because they currently look very, very different. I just want some direction around how exactly we will do that. So I really jump around AIs a lot, honestly, just to get different perspectives. I mean, that's what you want to kind of do. Like, maybe you've heard the chatter, like you want to make the AIs to be like co-workers. Well, this is how you kind of do it. You just immerse yourself with AIs. Maybe you use the AI here. Maybe you use it here to check. Like, okay, so, okay. Yeah, I don't know why it says that when the AI can just do it so quickly. Optional. Okay. So I'm going to go here, prompt library. Okay, so this is how I can get detailed ideas into Windsurf as well, just by getting the AI to talk to the AI. Take the code from one, run it through AI. By the way, I have every subscription that exists currently, every major one. So I can do a lot of this, but I recommend it. I totally do. Okay, this is a great set of detailed instructions to refine the prompt library page and its components. Okay, now it's changing the config. I have no idea why. Okay, let's just come back in here and see what it's doing. So all I'm trying to, okay, so it's slowly trying to do it, right? It's slowly doing it. So I want it similar colors. It's not exact, but slowly getting it. Yeah, so you see it's finally, look, that looks a lot more like this, doesn't it? It's just this top one. See here, I don't even think it's the right font. category tabs. Okay. Prompt grid. Okay. Yep. It's getting there. It's getting there, right? So I'm just flicking back and forth between Windsurf and okay, summary of changes. I mean, that was pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to say, okay, so I'm just going to accept all those. I'm pretty happy with those. The good thing about local development, right, is that I can see the changes immediately. Like I'm just, while the changes are happening, I can actually see them getting done. Okay. I'm going to go now. Okay. Okay, now can you please look at the title and subtitle? These are still not aligned with the prompt page. They're not, I don't think they're the same font. They're also not left aligned like they should be. I want to align the prompt library page to have a similar look and feel in total to what we have in the prompt page. Okay, I think that's pretty close. Hopefully we'll get the idea. Okay. Okay. See, this is what Gemini always does to me in Windsurf. Okay, please make sure that you get this done. You haven't actually done anything. Okay, so it goes and searches prompt library. No, but then it's making changes to prompt library. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? No. No, you have it wrong. Oh no, actually, sorry. My bad. Please redo what you just did. My bad. I rejected it by mistake. Okay, my predictive text is just horrible today. Don't know why. Horrible. No. Please align it to what this page looks like. Yeah. Let me just go on and see what's happening on X. Okay, what have you done? Okay, let's just have a look. Manage prompts. No, okay, so yeah, it's just that now. Please look closer at the font sizes and font in general. They are not the same. See, if I was a yeah, probably what I would do here, what I should be doing actually, is I should be just getting code snippets and just adjusting them naturally rather than just wasting credits doing this. Like that is going to be a massive unlock. As soon as I can do that, that I think is going to boost what I can achieve with these tools massively. See, it's so weird to me as well. Like these changes should be pretty straightforward, right? But then this will hang for like, I don't know, 10 minutes sometimes. Like, Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, okay, finally, right? Finally. Okay, it still looks a little bit different, but pretty close now, I think. Okay, so that is just one example of how you can just constantly make edits with these tools. It does feel like magic to me still, even now it does. So I'm just going to go accept all. Okay, cool. Okay, I might round off, I think, but good session today. Good session. I'm enjoying these live streams. I'm about to launch into this brand new live stream series where I build a platform from scratch, and we really go deep into into how to build data agents, like AI data agents. And I think we're going to use Windsurf. We're going to use Windsurf a lot. We might use Lovable. We're going to figure out backends, etc. So we're going to do a lot of interesting stuff that I think you'll really enjoy learning about. Just more of the same like this, but just deeper dives into actual real world applications that you can build. So I'm going to jump into that the beginning of next week, and any other day that I don't have anything going on, I'm just going to live stream and just show you what I'm building, show you what we're working on, because we're really transforming a lot at Enterprise DNA at the moment. I actually believe historically Enterprise DNA was a learning platform. I think in a year's time we will be more as much into just building software and learning experiences with new apps and software than we are just like learning content. I really do believe that, because AI is just opening up new ways of learning, new ways of doing things, and it's happening so fast. And so that's we're already making a lot of waves in this direction. I don't see it sort of ending anytime soon. So keen to take you on this journey with us. Okay, thanks all. Talk to you soon.